Once upon a time, in a cozy forest glade nestled deep within an ancient woodland, where tall trees whispered secrets to the wind and colorful wildflowers danced in the gentle breeze, there lived a little bunny named Hopper. Hopper was a fluffy bundle of joy with soft, gray fur that shimmered like morning dew, big floppy ears that twitched at every sound, and bright, curious eyes that sparkled with wonder. He lived in a snug burrow at the edge of the glade, surrounded by his loving family and a whole community of forest friends. Every morning, as the first rays of sunlight peeked over the horizon, Hopper would bounce out of his burrow with boundless energy. "What adventures await today?" he would exclaim to himself, his little nose wiggling in excitement. Hopper loved to play all day long. He would hop over moss-covered logs that lay like sleeping giants on the forest floor, leaping higher and higher with each bound, feeling the soft earth spring back under his paws. Sometimes he chased after delicate butterflies with wings as vibrant as rainbow's yellow ones that fluttered like tiny suns, blue ones that glided like pieces of the sky, and red ones that darted like flickering flames. One of Hopper's favorite games was hide-and-seek with his best friends, Squirrel Nutty, who could scamper up trees faster than a blink, dear Fawn with her graceful legs and spotted coat, and Birdie Tweet, who soared overhead chirping clues from the branches. "Ready or not, here I come," Hopper would giggle, peeking behind ferns and under bushes. They'd laugh and tumble together in the grass, rolling around until their fur and feathers were dotted with petals and leaves. As the day wore on, they'd share juicy berries from the bushes with strawberries that burst with flavor and tart, blueberries that made their tongues tingle. But Hopper's adventures didn't stop there. He'd explore hidden streams where crystal-clear water bubbled over smooth pebbles, splashing his paws and watching tiny fish swim in silvery schools. He'd climb gentle hills to gaze at the vast forest stretching out like a green ocean, imagining far-off lands beyond the trees. And when the afternoon sun grew warm, he'd rest in the shade of an old oak tree, listening to the rustle of leaves and the distant call of woodland creatures. As the sun began its slow descent, painting the sky in brilliant shades of orange, pink, and purple like a giant artist's canvas, Hopper's mommy would appear at the burrow's entrance. She was a wise and gentle bunny with fur as white as fresh snow and eyes full of warmth. "Time for bed, my little one," she called softly, her voice like a soothing melody carried on the evening breeze. Hopper, though tired from his day of fun, would hop back home with a final leap, his heart still buzzing with the day's excitement. Inside the burrow, everything was perfectly cozy. The walls were lined with soft, woven grasses that smelled of earth and flowers, and twinkling glowworms hung from the ceiling like tiny stars, casting a gentle light. Hopper's bed was a nest of fresh leaves and fluffy moss, so comfortable it felt like floating on a cloud. He hopped in, shaking off any stray bits of adventure from his fur, and snuggled under a blanket woven from the softest flower petals, roses for pink, daisies for white, and violets for purple. Mummy Bunny tucked him in with a loving nuzzle. "Did you have a wonderful day, Hopper?" she asked, her paw gently stroking his ears. "Oh yes, Mommy. I hopped so high and chased butterflies and played with all my friends," Hopper replied, his eyes shining. Mummy smiled and settled beside him. Now, close your eyes and listen to a gentle story to carry you into dreams, she whispered, and so she began. Long ago, in the vast night sky, there lived twinkling stars that watched over the world like friendly eyes. Each star had a name and a story of its own. There was Stella the Brave who shone brightly to guide lost travelers home. Luna, the dreamer who wove silver threads of moonlight into sweet dreams. And Orion the Hunter who chased comets across the heavens with his bow of light. One night, the stars noticed a little bunny just like you, feeling a bit scared of the dark. So they gathered together and sang a lullaby so soft and sweet that it filled the bunny's heart with peace. Sleep now, little one, they twinkled. We will light your way through the night, and tomorrow brings new adventures under the sun. And from that day on, the bunny slept soundly, knowing the stars were always there. As Mummy's story unfolded, Hopper imagined himself among those stars, hopping from one to another like fluffy clouds, the words wrapped around him like a warm hug, easing away the day's energy. Outside, the forest grew quiet. The birds nestled in their trees, the squirrels curled in their nests, and even the butterflies folded their wings to rest. As the moon rose high in the sky, round and glowing like a pearl, casting silvery beams through the burrow's entrance, Hopper felt his eyelids grow heavy. He let out a big, contented yawn, stretching his tiny paws. "Good night, Hopper," whispered the wind through the trees, rustling the leaves like a soft goodnight kiss. "Good night, Mommy," Hopper murmured sleepily. "I love you." "I love you too, my little adventurer," Mommy replied, planting a kiss on his forehead. And with that, Hopper drifted off to sleep, safe and warm in his burrow. In his dreams, he hopped through starlit meadows, chased glowing fireflies, and played endless games with his friends under an eternal sunny sky. The forest watched over him, and the night held him gently until morning came once more. The end. Sweet dreams, little ones. May your nights be filled with peaceful slumbers, and your days with joyful hops.